right, we're going to talk now about what we call the 7 deadly sins of customer conversations, a term coined by Sandy Sharma from 9 Mile Labs on the west coast of the US. First sin, selling too soon. Remember, this is the time to listen to your customer. What exactly is their problem and how do you solve it? You have to listen carefully. 2, talking to friends and family. Guess what friends and family are going to tell you? Oh, great idea! I love it! I think you're so great! Oh, go on! It's not helpful, it's not really going to give you the insights that you need, and it's not effective. Number 3, hearing, not listening. What's the difference between hearing and listening? When someone talks, you can't help but hear them. But are you really listening to what they're saying? Are you unpacking what they're saying and really understanding those issues? Or are you hearing what you think you want to hear and not really listening? A startup was trying to create a solution that patients could use, which was virtual consulting by a doctor. Seemed to make sense. They'd save time, travel, and so on. And the founder went out and they started speaking with busy doctors as part of the conversation. Once they really learned how to speak to the doctors, really learned how to listen, the interesting thing is the doctors said, you know what, virtual consulting is really interesting and yeah, it'd be useful. But the one burning issue each time they talked to doctors was the practitioner was willing to pay for a real solution in managing their front office. That was the problem, and it completely shifted the thinking of that entrepreneur, the product, and the business. You might hear your customer note a certain problem, but then they also bring up a totally different problem that you didn't really notice because you were busy trying to hear the validation of your existing product. So you didn't pay attention. You heard what you wanted to hear, and it turned out that you tuned out the rest. So focus on this. Number 4, yes versus no. The best way to figure out if someone's willing to buy a product is to look for that urgency. What you want to know is, are they willing to say yes with their checkbook? That kind of yes would look like, I don't care if it's incomplete or not. This product's great. I think I need it right now. Get it to me. Other positive phrases like, that sounds interesting, or oh yeah, that's great, or I already need another feature, are not yeses. Ultimately, none of these phrases will actually translate into buying that product, except the one that says, I'll pay for it now. Number 5, the ice cream question. It's called an ice cream question because it's designed to tempt customers into telling you what you want to hear. For instance, they sound like this. How would you like to save 20 minutes on your commute? Let the customer tell you what they want without being influenced by your own bias. Number 6, imperfect past versus perfect future. Listen for the urgency when your customer is talking. If they consistently say they're willing to pay for your half-done product now, guess what? It's time for you to get out there, build a product, and test it in the marketplace. If you wait for that perfect product, you actually risk the opportunity to get live customers' feedback when you get the product out in place. Number 7, walking away with nothing. You may learn that you have the perfect product, or that your hypothesis is just wrong, or that your customer persona was not representative of the market, or that the person you're talking to doesn't fit your customer persona. No matter what, it's important to walk away from these conversations with an insight that will take your product to the next level.